On this episode of Beer, Blues, and BS, Kidder and I are joined by the local geek, JS Gunslinger. We're going to get caught up because it's been a while since all four of us have been together. We're going to have some good times. It's story time episode is truthfully what it is. I got some stories about awkward things that happened to me. Kidder went to a concert. He's going to tell us all about that. And there's a few more stories baked in. So sit back, relax, get ready for some good stories, some good laughs, some questionable beer. But hey, that's why you are here. For the good times, because you're in a good place. Welcome to the show.
It's Howard Blues and V. Mark Kidder. Pour a cold beverage, pull up a seat, enjoy time with friends.
Triple B! Well, the Triple B sucks. Okay? Come on.
Whatever, man. This is Beer, Blues, and BS. Online at beerbluesbs.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Beer, Blues, and BS, the podcast that, has pretty much been everywhere and pretty much listened nowhere. I am your host, the living embodiment of Charlie Brown, Howard Blues, here, as always, with my co-host, the man, the myth, the legend, the Mark Kidder. Kidder, how you doing tonight?
Howard Blues! I would be better if the planet was not stuck in my eyes. I mowed the lawn today. And I had to spend extra time mowing the lawn today because I had not mowed the lawn in a bit. And so the lawn was looking a little rough around the edges, if you know what I mean. And so I mowed most of it twice and some of it in 3 times. Not at the same length. I actually lowered it as I went, but still a little dusty, a little windy, a little good with the allergies, So yeah. I'm happy to be here. Happy to have some drinks. How are you? Good, sir.
Kidder, it has been a week, and I mean, yeah, this is.
You said the thing.
I did say the thing, and it was kind of inevitable that I was going to say the thing because it has. I have put 1,000 miles on the road. I have been up most days at like 5 to travel somewhere. And then there's the stuff I don't want to talk about on the show. And so, yeah, it has been a week. So I'm glad. I'm glad to be sitting down, about to have some brews. And I'm glad we're being joined, Kidder. It's like a full house. Because joining us, of course, he's back. And he's got to finish his IPAs for IPA Appreciation Month, because that ended last, like 2 weeks ago. So he's got to get caught up here. But it is the official brewmaster of the Triple B, the local geek. How you doing tonight?
Hey, guys. Not doing too bad. Looking forward to finishing off these last 2 IPAs I've got in my stash and moving on to some better beer.
Yeah, that'll be that will be good. And also joining us, it's the person who will most likely single-handedly get us kicked off of YouTube, either for swearing or for all of his gunplay. It is the official Triple B armorer, JS Gunslinger. JS, how you doing tonight?
Gentlemen, I am doing fantastic. I will also agree with the statement that it has been a week. I have felt like absolute death for Sunday into Monday. Whatever day comes after that was a day. I don't even remember much of it. I worked on a tractor for about 12 and a half hours. And the tractor still isn't running. But so, the last 4 days, however many there are in this week, have kind of been a blur for me. So I'm gonna mercilessly pound some beer, play with a gun, and we'll see how this goes.
The tractor thing might have been Thursday because you and I had a little fun on Wednesday and got to shoot some guns.
That was Thursday. You see, I don't like. I slept for about 32 hours on Sunday.
Good. You needed to.
Yes, there are that many hours in a Sunday.
Look at Howard. His face.
Put it this way.
He's already you got more sleep than him. Did you see that? He's like, you take your swear words, you take your sleep, you polish them up, turn them sideways, and shove them up your ass.
I started feeling like garbage Saturday night. I went to bed about 10 o'clock, somewhere in there, with half a bottle of NyQuil. I woke up at 8:30 Sunday morning, took my kid to church, dropped him off, drove my sleepy ass home, and then fell asleep again until about 9 o'clock that night. Woke up 8 and then went back to bed until Monday morning.
Sounds like you have whatever the hell I had about a month ago.
Oh,
I did the same thing. It happened, thankfully, on a Friday afternoon is when it really hit me. And I went to bed about 7 o'clock and woke up at noon the next day, had a little bit of food, went right back to bed until like 7 o'clock that night. And then I went to bed normally at like 10.
yeah, whatever the hell this was, it was miserable. So, yeah. So, now I
You're
am...
already up to like 8, so it's good.
Now I am playing with some guns and enjoying myself. Kidder finally came out and did some shooting with us, so we got to hang out in the range a little bit. It was a good time.
Well, gents, we should get to, because somewhere Lane is sitting there going, when are these guys going to get to what's on tap? So let's hop into everybody's favorite segment of the show, and that is what's on tap. Local Geek, you're behind because you haven't finished IPA Appreciation Month. So which IPA are you starting with tonight?
I am starting with the modestly rated Voodoo Ranger Juice Force. The last of the Voodoo Rangers for me.
I'd also like to say, for Lane, if you get to this part, you should comment to let us know you're still watching.
Here, I thought you were going to say you need to comment so we know you're still alive.
That too. Has
we
anybody heard from Lane?
We have a viewer?
No. We wouldn't call
Yeah,
it a viewer.
it's Local Geek.
Oh, okay.
That's our
one's
viewer.
It's like, holy cow, somebody's actually watching the show?
Local Geek.
This one's not terrible. It's very orangey. I'm kind of surprised by that. It's more orangey than the tropical one was from my memory.
That's just about right.
Forcing the juice on you.
I think I'm gonna give that one like a 3. That's not terrible.
Aside from Local Geek being our main viewer, Howard, weren't we big in California a few weeks ago?
Yeah. We've been big in California for like the last 2 months. Thanks, California.
Yay.
It's because they heard about IPA Appreciation Month and they really like their IPAs out there.
Which is might
Fucking
explain why
hippies.
our California numbers have dropped off significantly. They're keep bashing the official beer of California. Yeah.
I mean, I would think it'd be Washington and Oregon because of all of the pine, but
Yeah, well, yes. but
I
they
know
have-
it's not actually pine. It's fine.
JS,
Christmas tree.
I was gonna say, JS, what are you having? What are you
Why don't
starting
you
off the night with?
Skip me because I'm trying to get a muzzle device off here and it is being. I'm going to make a little bit of noise here. So why don't you go to Kidder?
All right, Kidder, what are you having?
I don't know. What's this? Yeah, this one. We'll do this one because it's right there.
Trust.
I've got yes, Summerly Raspberry Wheat Ale, 4.8% alcohol by volume. It's 1 full pint right here, 16 fluid ounces from the Crafted Optimism Pollyanna Brewing Company. They are located in Normal, Illinois. PollyannaBrewing.com. Drink, recycle, stay optimistic. There's a government warning. It's a wheat ale with raspberries added. Here you go. JS smuggled this one across the border. A beer with hundreds and hundreds of pounds of fresh raspberries can only be considered the perfect beer for summer, right? Which is very fitting because the autumnal equinox is Sunday. Fall. Right.
I don't know what word it
Beckoning
is that you just said. So you said etumble. I don't know what that means.
Autumnal, autumn.
Oh, I'm just deaf. Okay.
Yep, that's okay. You're busy. You're playing with guns. It's fine. Beckoning for friends, beer gardens, and sunshine. Summerly will aid in the process of forgetting winter because winter is the absolute worst thing ever. I like this beer. Brewed with 3 different kinds of wheat and 2 row malt from the good old US of A. This wheat ale is summer in a can. It pairs well with friends. For the record, all of that is right there on the back of the can. And I did not add any extra words. Not like it. You can actually. There you go. Now you can read it. There it is. So I mean, by that definition, should be very good, right?
It has potential.
I was not disappointed by that one. We'll put it that
Ooh.
way.
Right on the nose. Ton of raspberries. So I'm glad that they're using the pounds, the hundreds of pounds of fresh raspberries. As it kind of mellows on your tongue, you get a little bit of the raspberry, but it's almost overpowered by the ale taste, the wheaty taste. Oh, man. It's still there. I'm interested to see what Howard thinks about this one because of his fruit and beer. Because the fruit doesn't smash your face in, but it's there. And I think by the time I get down to the end, then I'll get a full-bodied raspberry. So off the top here, 3.8 and a plus 0.3 for the description and the hatred toward winter.
So 4.1 total.
Math, yeah.
I'm just trying to help myself later.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. JS, are you ready to hop in, or should I?
I got it.
See what you did there with the hop. Then it hops in.
I got whatever the brewmaster put in this fancy bottle here. He said what it was in a different show, but I don't remember because I'm sleep deprived. And yeah, so we're gonna open this with the pliers here because it's fitting.
I was hoping he wouldn't break the bottle. Glad.
Now this.
There's no hops in that one.
I think I let it sit in the fridge too long because I don't have any fizz to it. That is really freaking good. It's like I don't know, I'm getting like a caramely chocolatey kind of flavor. But I don't get any Christmas tree whatsoever.
There's 0 hops in that one. I put juniper berries in instead of hops.
Yeah, this is the one that it blew up on you or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, I had some issues with it. The reason you're getting so much maltiness is I used roasted barley instead of flaked barley.
Yeah. That is really freaking good.
Yeah, I am enjoying that one. My keg started leaking on me, so I've got it unhooked right now.
More problems with that.
Right. Loki's back.
We're gonna have to go to round 2 here and like real quick.
Well, let me hop in and get my round 1 in so that I can, go. I'm gonna try and win back our California viewers, gents, by going to the old Hop Valley Brewing Co. for their West Coast IPA. Finishing out the last that I have actually from IPA Appreciation Month. This is after a long day on the trail. We like to reach back to 1985 to enjoy this old school West Coast IPA brewed with Centennial, Chinook, and Crystal hops. It's a delicious way to cut the dust and put a little hitch in your giddy up. Welcome to Oregon. So this one is calling out to you, Kidder. You know, it's got the
Kidder gave that one a 0.1.
Okay, it's got the 85. Yeah. It's got the, you know, the dust for all that dust in your nose from mowing today. I mean, it's speaking to you. I don't know if I said it, but it's India Pale Ale. It is 7.7 alcohol by volume. 71 IBUs. It's got a nice, not too hoppy smell, actually. So. Yeah, that one's okay. It does have the hop notes, the pine trees, as JS would put it.
It's heavy on the pine.
Yeah, it's got a little something else in there that I'm trying to pick up. It's like a slight citrus, but I don't think it actually is. Yeah. I think I would give this a. I think I'd give this a 2.5. I think
it might be a little high there, Howie.
No, I'm perfectly fine. Yeah, I think I'll stick with that rating. I think I'll stick with the 2.5. It's all right. It's not as good as this Bubble Stash IPA that I had with dinner tonight. That's right. Peter, you should be proud. I pre-gamed. Even though it was an IPA, I at least pre-gamed. Yeah. Kidder, I got a story for you.
All right.
And it's a story I've been meaning to tell on the show because it's the kind of story that I know you are going to laugh at because it's one of those fun stories that's painful for me but enjoyable for everybody else. And I've been meaning to tell us, and I keep forgetting about it. And I just happened to kind of make sure I remembered for tonight. A couple weeks ago, it was junior second week at preschool, and I've been the one who's been taking him to school and mostly picking him up. So I'm driving the bus, as I like to joke with him. And I think it's like his fourth or fifth day at preschool, but I've dropped him off. I'm making my way out of the school, and this gentleman gets out of his minivan with his daughter, who's a preschool. He's dressed in a nice suit and such, and I'm walking past. And he stops and he goes, "Hey, did you go to Century High School?" And my first reaction was, as Kidder knows, I was a very jaded high schooler because I moved to Bismarck in high school. And so I didn't bother to remember or learn most of my classmates' names. And so here was somebody who remembered me. And I was drawing a blank on his face. And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, you were in all the theater productions. Yeah. Including that one where you played the comedian." Like, "Yeah, God damn it, who are you?" You know? And he's like, "Well, I'm Kent." And it clicked. I don't know if you guys remember Kent Anderson from our graduating class. Yeah, okay, good. So Kidder would have been in the same boat, but he was in our graduating class. He did remember who I was. And I was just like, great. So after this little kind of awkward conversation, I'm like, "Oh, okay, great." And I go, 2 days later, I end up walking out of the school the same time as him. And he's like, "Boy, this guy's kind of suck." You know, he goes, "You're stuck with the guy you can't remember." I'm walking out and I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. And I have to explain. I moved. I didn't care about people. I said, and now every now and then I have to have this awkward conversation with people who obviously know who I am and I don't know who they are. And I'm sorry. He at least got a laugh out of the fact that I was suffering from it. But there you go, kidder. I know how much you enjoy when I run into these things.
Classic Howard.
Yeah. I did have my superpower did get invoked this week, kidder. I was up at the Fort Cotton Ed Day and I was working the registration table and the air horn, and I'm standing after lunch, just kind of surveying just the site and that, and this gentleman walks up and he's like, "Hey," it's like, "You won't believe this. They kicked me out. I don't know who this guy is. He's not part of the event. I don't know if he's like a bus driver or a parent or something." He's like, "Yeah, kicked me out." He's like, "I was trying to talk to my old lady. She's talking in there and they kicked me out." Like, oh crap. I get the sense of this. I get to then stand there for about 20 minutes as this guy tries to defend why he was kicked out. I was like, "I wasn't doing nothing. But then he's like, I was just, talking to the one person, but I guess I did tell the one lady that it looked like she was growing a mustache and she didn't like that." It's like oh. My interim site supervisor up there, kidder, happened to walk by, saw who I was talking to, turned, did the whole, "I'm not looking," and just walked by, just abandoning me. I'm like, what the hell? Later came to find out that this gentleman, he is the common law spouse to one of our presenters, and he has been kicked off the site many times. And there's even a pretty strong belief that back in 2020 he actually stole our bottle of hand sanitizer so he could drink it. Quality person. And after my staff told me about this, I'm like, "And you guys just left me like, you looked like you were doing fine." I'm like, "You guys know a Mark Kidder? Because that is exactly what Kidder would do to me." So
take Howard to Best Buy again.
No. So yeah, the superpower was working this week. So there you go.
Barons. We'll go back to the Barons. That's where you did some of your best work.
Yeah. Ugh. So
right. Good.
Yeah.
I got a Best Buy story for you.
Okay. Clearly, this is story time. Go for it, Jay.
Since we're talking about Best Buy, so I got all fancy and I got myself a new phone at the what do we say? The advice or the request, the guidance of the man, the myth, the legend here. And so I went and I got myself another Motorola.
Don't know I told you to get a new phone, but
I needed one. It was bad. So I got myself the fancy 2024 Motorola 5G stylus. Okay, got myself the Zag glass for it. I got the unicorn beetle case for it. Okay, I put the glass on and I noticed the glass was just a tiny bit off. I'm like, now. Maybe just me, something. Okay. It was still on, still covered the whole screen, but it's like a couple thousandths of an inch over the edge of where the screen should be, but it's still on there. Okay. Well, my case shows up yesterday, and I'm super excited because I have been babying this phone so I don't destroy it because I am terrible with phones. I go to put my case on. My case doesn't fit. I'm like, okay, something's wrong here. And I double checked the box. It said Motorola Stylus 5G. So I'm like, okay, what's wrong? So I go into the settings and I look up my model, and I've got the 2023. Those sons of bitches. gave me the 23 version, and I was even talking to Kidder right after I bought it. And I was like, hey, it was on sale. It was like $170 off. So I bought myself a fancy set of earpods or set of earbuds. They're the earbone induction version. I've been really happy with them. I really like them, but I saved a bunch of money when I bought this new fancy phone. Yeah. Yeah, well, I figured out why it was on sale. I got the wrong damn phone. So now I'm in the dilemma. What the hell do I do? Do I go back to Best Buy and be like, you mother gave me the wrong phone? Maybe obviously a little bit nicer than that, but like, you gave me the wrong phone. Do I demand, like, do I go get the new phone? Or do I just like get them to give me a screen cover, the screen glass for this one? The case was only $12. I don't give a shit about the case. It was cheap. But the screen glass was like $60. So, like,
I think you need this year's technology. You need to go get the new phone.
I need to get the new phone.
Yep. Howard will go with you. He loves dealing with the people at Best Buy.
No,
How you want to go on a Best Buy trip?
Nope. Sorry.
Come on.
Nope. Can't drag me in there if you try.
I bet you'll end up with a 2022 model if he goes.
I even looked at it, but the printing is so freaking small in the thing where it says 2023 that you can't even hardly see it. So, yeah, and I got back home, checked my box. Sure enough, it says 2023.
Okay, how about Local Geek goes? Because I think he is well liked in the Best Buy community.
I do all my Best Buy shopping online. I hate going in their stores.
Hey, Howie.
Yeah.
I'm empty.
Yeah, me too.
Well then, gentlemen, on that sad and tragic news, I get to cheer up your day by saying welcome to everybody's second favorite segment of the show, and that is What's on Tap, Round 2. Drink! So what you having, JS, as you rip the top off?
I'm going to try the peach finished long drink.
Ooh.
And if this one tastes as bad as the blue, you're in for it. You just wait. If this one tastes as bad as the blue,
he is going to take you to Best Buy.
The next care package you're going to get is going to make that Four Loko taste wonderful.
I just want to say, I still have like the first two care packages. You give me any more, it's going to be like year 6 of this show before I get to it.
You're just going to have to start recording your pre-games.
I think he froze.
I think he froze in delightment because he's not swearing, so that's a plus.
That is really freaking good.
Uh-huh.
I'll give it to you, Howie. That is really damn good.
Yeah, that is, to me, the best of the finished long drink.
Me too.
So
I don't know, that 10% one, I really enjoyed that one. This is really
Get
good.
you drunk.
So I didn't talk about it. I just cracked into it. But finished long drink, legend of 1952. The long drink. We've said this thing 6 times on the show. However, now this legendary taste has finally been brought to America by the next generation of Finns who want the world experience. That's all the same thing on every single can.
it is. It really is.
I thought maybe they would say something about the peach. So this is gin with natural peach and juniper berry flavors, carbonated, colored with carrot juice, 5.5%. I don't know which brewing company this is because I don't know what that thing means.
It's the long drink company is what I think it's called.
Long drink. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. This is really freaking good. See, it's weird because the gin is supposed to taste like pine tree, and I don't get pine tree from the pine tree drink.
You're kind of having a juniper night.
He really is.
Yeah. And I'm kind of disappointed because I don't have a small enough punch to get this gas tube out of this gas block. So that means I got to go to Shields in the morning and get myself a new gas tube so that I can put this adjustable gas block on my toy.
That's
Yay,
a
buying more stuff.
Yeah, and I'm half tempted to buy the easily adjustable one, but I don't have enough room underneath my handguard to really even like to get under there and adjust it anyway. So it's just going to be one of those. I'm going to set it really low gas because I run a quieter on it. I won't show the quieter because that probably will get us banned. But I run a quieting device on the end of it when I shoot, and yeah. So I need to adjust some gas and make it better. But I can't do it tonight.
It's also a very awesome device because you can actually hear after you shoot.
Yeah, with this one, with the 77 grain, or sorry, the 75 grain Match Kings that I'm shooting, this one is pretty much hearing safe. So,
pretty much.
Yeah. It's hearing safe for me.
Yes.
Because my high-pitched hearing is gone already, so, you know.
What?
Huh?
Did somebody say something?
Local Geek needs a beer, that's what.
I've got a beer. I was just waiting to jump in and say what I'm having here.
You're welcome to cut me off anytime.
It's the Deschutes Fresh Squeezed IPA, the last one out of my kit here. So get going on that guy. Ooh, that is hoppy. Holy smokes. Ooh.
I love that Local Geek hates that one. Look at his face when he drank it. It's just whoa.
I'm gonna give that one a 0.3.
The D has some pine tree in it.
This one does. This is the one I think that you said you felt like you were chewing on a weed.
Yeah. Yep, you're probably right. There was one of them that was real bad.
I'm looking at the spreadsheet here. I missed 2 of Kidder's IPAs and 2 of JS's IPAs for scores, so I don't have a final score yet.
Oh.
0.
I was going to bring that up, that you had mentioned to me that there were some missing scores. So we may have to have some people re-drinking some IPAs.
Hey, Howard.
Wait, you can't rant about it. We did the last IPA rant this week. That's the episode that came out. So,
I got a choice word for you.
am I gonna have to censor it?
Would you like me to repeat it on the air again?
I mean, listen, I can't stop you. I know that much.
You could bribe him by going to Best Buy with him.
No. No.
Local Geek, did you have the Bismarck Brewing Company one yet?
Oh, yeah. Yep. I got all 4 scores for that one.
Oh, yeah. What did you think of that one?
I gave that a 0.1.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Overall total score of 3.6 between all 4 of us.
How the hell does it have a 3 point? Who's Howard?
Because Howard gave it a 3.
Dare you?
And then he did rectify in the comments later that he should not have given it a 3.
Yep. That was a mistake. I will totally admit that I don't know what the hell I was thinking.
I will
think
say though,
Howie's going to have to go back and drink another one.
No, the last one that I have is promised to somebody else. So, you know, and if I'm buying more of it, then I'm passing it around. So, you know, unless you really want to go down that route, let's just.
I will say,
let's just call that a mistake.
Just looking at the numbers on the spreadsheet, even with the missing scores, one of the Voodoo Rangers is the winner of IPA Appreciation Month.
Wow.
It's either going to be Peach Force, which is at an 11.85 with all four of us scoring it, or the Tropical Force that's at a 10.8 missing Kidder's score at the moment.
I wasn't as big of a fan of the Tropical as the Peach. So the Tropical, I think I'll give it a 2.1.
That would be enough to push it into the lead. So I'll find the episode where you drank it though, and I'll get the for sure score on there.
All right.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You ready for this?
Ooh.
Because I'm not. And I don't know what it is.
It looks like it's a Pilsner. So
Yeah, I think it's a Pilsner Urquell.
Read that beautiful can.
Brewed only in Plzeň, Czech Republic. It's the original Pilsner, brewed the original way.
by Jaleel White, apparently.
It's 1 pint. So again, what? Oh no, this is 1 pint, 9 fluid ounces. So it is a 500 milliliter, 16.9 fluid ounce, 4.4% alcohol by volume. See, look at how they described this right at the top. 1 point, comma, 0.9 fluid ounces. And yes, pint, not point. I'm pointing out the pint. Just very odd.
You know, at least he started with the one that's written in English.
Yeah. That's very true. There's really nothing else on the can other than, well, the government warning for people 21 years or older only. So you can't even illegally drink this. They just won't allow it.
Even in the Czech Republic?
Apparently not. Oh, that smells.
What the drinking age there is.
That smells ripe. That's Pissner.
I have not tried that one. I don't know what's going to happen.
Making my nose get. Hold on. Holy shit.
That killed Kidder.
I'm allergic to it.
I think it's your lawn care that made you do that.
No. It didn't do it till I smelled it.
Wow, that makes it almost like more potent than an IPA.
Now that my nose is plugged, something like that, I think I could drink this. For scent and taste, 0.3. Howard, you got something, or are you still nursing that?
I'm still nursing it.
Okay. So I had a wonderful trip on Monday. I, as well, have been quite busy lately doing things. And Monday, went to the wonderful city of Minot to the original bar to see a concert, Howard.
I know you went.
Yeah, did you see the photos?
I saw some photos.
Yeah, it's a good time. First of all, the opener, a somewhat new band. I mean, they've been around for about 9 years at this point, but just getting their breakthrough into the mainstream of rock in the past year and change is the band Kingdom Collapse. There's their EP, their latest and most complete album for you, with the signatures of the 4 current members for you, featuring their songs Uprise, Payback, Unbreakable, Bring Me Down, and Suffer. So they opened the show, kicked it off. I kind of could tell a couple of the songs, one specifically that I've heard a lot listening to the satellite radio, even though I'm a host on terrestrial radio. But not too bad. Put on a good show. Then the band hailing from Las Vegas, Nevada. That's right. It's Adelita's Way. And here's a copy of their latest album called Power. Here you go. And this disc actually courtesy of the Wolves. They did the meet and greet VIP before the show, which I didn't even know about. Very sad about that. But they had 2 copies of the album, both of them signed, and I could not get my Adelita's Way CD signed or my Red CDs signed because they only did it during the meet and greet VIP section. And so they so generously gave me the copy of this signed. So appreciate that. Wonderful people. And there's the back of it with the track listing for anybody interested in the track listing of the new album. Of course, available not only on the album, but also available on Spotify and all the other things. And then the band Red. They've been around for quite some time here and love their music. So I was able to pick up their album, Rated R. And I like the packaging of it too, because not only does it look like a movie poster, but it's very shiny. I like the shiny. Yes. Show was very good. First time that I had ever seen Red or Kingdom Collapse, and I would do it again. Got to meet the members of Kingdom Collapse, got to talk to them, and that's how I got their autograph and whatnot after the show, and good times.
Nice. It
was well worth the trip up north on a Monday night rock show, and had a chance to have some Sonic. That was very good. JS, was this like a week ago that we met up and you gave me these funky beers? Something like that? Maybe 2 weeks now? A little bit ago?
Funky beers. Yeah, something like that.
Your latest haul from across the country?
Yeah. I want to say it was last week sometime.
Yeah. It's all blended together, but JS happened to not only bring beer, but he brought me the story of the world's first classic cocktail with recipes and lore of the old-fashioned.
Very cool.
And I'd like to point out that the old-fashioned on the cover, no freaking cherry. Thank you very much. Even the old-fashioned on the back, no freaking cherry. Well, look at this thick book. Very thick. Lots of stuff in here. Recipes.
I found that one at one of the cheese shops that we stopped at when we were coming through. We decided since we were in Wisconsin, and what else is there to do in Wisconsin? So we checked out a cheese shop, and yeah.
I have 2 issues with that. The first being that a Wisconsin old fashioned has cherries in it. And the second being what was an old fashioned book doing in a cheese shop?
They had all kinds of stuff. They had cheese and knickknacks and books and all kinds of weird crap. So
I can where they make the money.
Well, here's the thing. The secret to like your visitor gift shop sort of thing is you want product that's going to appeal to everybody. So not just the people who are there for the cheese, but the people who got drugged to the store or to the cheese shop who are like, okay, yeah, you go buy your fancy cheese. I'm going to sit here. And they go, oh, whoa, a book on cocktails. Now that's my thing. That's how you end up with that. I say as somebody who has a lot of visitor center gift shops under, my purview.
Fair. I will say when we were in Wisconsin, we did make sure to stop at a cheese store just for the sake of, it's Wisconsin. You got to stop at a cheese store. So.
There it is. The rye bourbon old fashioned. No freaking cherry. That's right. There you go. Recipe right there. 2 ounces of rye or bourbon, 1 sugar cube. You get 2 dashes of the bitters and the orange twist. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful drink.
Right. Yeah, I saw that one and I had to pick that one up for you. So it was either that or you were gonna get some cheese. So I figured you'd like that one more than cheese.
I mean, I do like a good piece of cheese. When let's see, I mean, it was a while ago. Howard had the cheese tray, and we were trying assorted cheeses. The hell was that? Thanksgiving?
Christmas.
Christmas.
I put out a
long ass time ago.
I put out a pretty mean meat and cheese tray at Christmas time.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
What was that? The horseradish cheese or something? That was,
Yep. There
was good.
There's some horseradish cheese in there. Yeah. That was definitely a thing.
I think that was my favorite. I could not stop eating that.
That was good. Yeah. It's kind of fun. It's something my family for Christmas, we tend to be a little bit more low key. So, but I've been assigned at that to provide the meat and cheese tray. And I just try and pick up some fun, different things. So it's always good.
I can never remember the name of it, but Thomas Moriarty's on their charcuterie boards has a wine cheese that's really good. It's like Merlot infused cheese.
Port.
No, it starts with a B, I think, but
yeah. Is that the cheese that you picked up as well, Howard? Because you had some wine cheese.
I don't think it's the same, but
I just googled Merlot infused cheese and came up with Bella Vitano. I'm not 100% sure if that's the same one, but it's got like a pinkish purple hue to it.
We got something like that at the cheese shop. It was one of the like Cheese Whiz style cheeses. It's not very good.
This one's a hard cheese. So.
Yeah, the Cheese Whiz style isn't very good.
I don't know what would ever make you think that it would be good, but
I mean, it's a dipping cheese. It's from the Wisconsin. It's from the cheese state. Like all the cheese has got to be good.
I'll just take some cheese curds. Be done with it.
We did get some of those. I got some pizza flavored ones. My wife got some Bloody Mary flavored ones. Yeah, they weren't bad.
Speaking of Bloody Marys, had Lucky's 13 Bloody Mary yesterday again.
I did get that picture.
Yes.
I even responded with some Sam's Club tacos.
I was wondering where the tacos came from.
Yep.
As long as they were good.
Yep. Yeah, that was my first meal after fighting with that tractor all damn day long, and I failed. So
is there such a thing as bad taco?
I'm having tacos. It wasn't celebratory tacos. It was like, I don't know, depression tacos. I don't know what you want to call it, but defeat tacos. Who knows?
There's a taco for every mood, I think.
Yeah.
Gotta make you talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was very angry after working on it all day yesterday and not getting it done, not getting it started. So
It happened.
oh well. We got all the rock spread on the range. I hauled in another 16 tons of rock. Actually, no, it was more than that. I got 18 tons almost.
Sweet.
That I brought in since you were out there. So
Good
that whole one side that was still kind of grass and crushed concrete, that's all P rock now.
Awesome.
So the whole range has like 2 to 4 inches of P rock on it.
Sweet.
So
Good
went out
job.
with a skidder today and smoothed everything out, and yeah, it looks pretty damn good. I'm finally happy with it now for a while. So
Yeah, give it a couple of weeks, right?
yeah, well, it just, the one side it was like moon dust for a while, and it just I couldn't get it to cooperate. I couldn't get it to do what I want, and I was gonna put more crushed concrete on it, but my source in town will not sell any more of their crushed concrete, blended base, or crushed asphalt. There's a large project going on up north of town, and they have bought all of the locally recycled materials. So, crushed concrete, crushed asphalt, and blended base are unavailable for people like me currently. So,
If you got a way to crush it, I got chunks of concrete.
oh yeah, I got plenty of that, but I don't. That is a tool that I do not have. I don't have a concrete crusher.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's start a GoFundMe to get JS a concrete crusher. How much are those? 50,000?
Try like 450.
Okay, perfect. No problem. You know what? We'll get that funded in about 2 or 3 decades.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if it takes me 30 years for GoFundMe to raise me $450,000, I might just take that gamble.
Or you just got to make friends with somebody in like the R&D department of like Bobcat who could say, hey, we need to test this equipment.
Bobcat does not make a concrete crusher.
Or make friends with some podcast hosts who could get a sponsorship and a donated piece of equipment to reveal.
Oh, there you go. Now you're
I don't know
talking.
who can do that. I do know where Howard was going with that other part, though.
I know for those who don't know, my brother works in the R&D department at Bobcat. His job is to break their stuff.
I do actually
fun job.
know several people that work in that same department. So, if they made this piece of equipment, I would probably have the hookups, but they do not. They do not make this piece of equipment.
Yeah. So he's helped my dad out numerous times with stuff like that. So he's which, like, my brother has had some interesting jobs. Sometime we'll have to get him on. My favorite is, for a while, he was working for Butler Cat. And his job was really, they were starting to put GPS units on all of their machinery. Mm-hmm. And so the cool thing was with like the GPS units and all the sensors on it, the machines would actually talk to my brother's laptop. And so like he could actually see that your machine was like overheating or not running properly, and he could actually schedule service and have a technician out there before you even knew your equipment was breaking down. So it was kind of cool in that sense, but he had a couple of stories where he got calls. Like one, they had sold a pair of dump trucks, and one of them was like the gas mileage was so much better than the other one. And they said, hey, why is truck A doing so much better than truck B? My brother pulls up the GPS data and looks at it for a while and goes, I can tell you exactly why. He goes, because about every second or third trip, the driver on truck B is pulling over behind this pile of dirt and having a smoke break and, burning off fuel instead of running. And so he caught that one. The other great story that he's got with it is he had a construction crew that called him up and they said, hey, we know that you have this tech on our equipment. Can you look? Because our operator swears up and down that his front end loader moved last night. And so my brother went and looked because this operator parked the front end loader in the same spot. He was very precise about it. And sure enough, my brother calls back and goes, yeah, I know exactly what happened. At about 3 a.m., the farmer whose property is right next to the road you're working on came over, hopped in. You left the keys in the front end loader. He drove it over to his farmyard, did work with it until about 5 a.m., and then he returned it back to your construction site. So he was able to bust this farmer. Who,
Brilliant.
So just crazy cool stories like that. But on those interesting stories in this very story-filled episode of the Triple B, Peter, we've been talking for quite a while. It's time we wrap this show up with some cheap plugs.
Oh, man, I only made it 2 beers in.
Well, it's a good thing that we got another show coming at you in mere weeks, as in 1 whole week from this week or minutes from now. And in the next show, I have a special reveal. So you talk about a teaser. I got a teaser right here. What's in the box?
I got a teaser
What could it be? What's in the grenade? Why does JS have a grenade?
I too have something to reveal.
Why does Local Geek have a grenade? Why does Howard have a grenade? Where are these grenades coming from?
You mean this?
Ah! Good thing that it kind of blurred out and it's only going to be on the multi-view because Howard's going to get us banned.
I said that in his intro that we were going to get in trouble.
All right. BeerBluesBS.com is our website. Again, BeerBluesBS.com. Please visit. Please join us. We're also on Streamlabs, where you can subscribe for as little as $1 a month to help us keep the show on the air. Streamlabs.com/BeerBluesBS. Streamlabs.com/BeerBluesBS. Also, we're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. Please like us. Search us again, Beer Blues BS or Beer Blues and BS. 1 beer, lots of blues, and a whole lot of BS. That's the way to look at the show. Please share. Please like. Subscribe. We would love to have you part of the Triple B family from this point forward. And, of course, we want to take us with you. Like JS goes across the country. Sometimes he's driving. Sometimes he's flying. You can listen to all the shows and you can watch all the shows. We're on YouTube for the video version, but we're also on YouTube podcasts for the audio version. Plus, iHeartRadio, Pandora. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Google Podcasts. We're on Amazon Podcasts. We're on all the podcasts, plus Stitcher, TuneIn, IMDb, Player FM, Podbean, and more. If you have an audio service or a video service, because I'm sure somebody's ripping off our videos from YouTube, search for Beer, Blues, and BS. I'm sure the ripoffs are actually getting views, too. That's the stupid thing. BeerBluesBS.com for the information and help us get to the places. Do we want to do final thoughts for this first half?
Nah.
Okay, then we're skipping it. So, for this episode and every episode of Beer, Blues, and BS, for JS Gunslinger, for the Local Geek, and Charlie Brown himself, Howard Blues, I'm the man, the myth, legend, Mark Kidder. Thanks for being here for this and every episode of Beer, Blues, and BS. Remember, keep your glass at least half full. There's free beer tomorrow. Doesn't mean that it has to be good. And we will catch you on down that flavorful Tuscan highway. See you on the next episode of Beer, Blues, and BS.
You have been listening to a UA production of Beer, Blues, and BS. If you enjoyed the show, help others find out about it by rating the show or leaving a review at your podcast listening service of choice. Thanks for listening, and may your glass never be empty. UA Productions presents A Glimpse Behind the Curtain.
All right. That is one show down. One more to go. And
Oh, look at that. That's so pretty.
yeah. And Local Geek, you need to figure out the last of the shots. I mean, that's because
I figured out one of them.
I mean, I've given you plenty of hints on this one. You haven't figured it out, and I'm drinking it as a palate cleanser before we have the beer on episode 2. So
it's a shot of whiskey.
Nope, I've given the hint several times. There's no whiskey down here.
You said it's a palate cleanser. It's got to be a shot of whiskey.
Well, I'm having it as a palate cleanser.
He's a liar. That's what he is.
No, let's see. This is the one that I have. I've said earthy. I think I've given the hint of soda before. Yeah,
It's not root beer schnapps. I've asked that.
You did, but for the wrong one.
I figured out one of them.
Yeah, he saw that one. That episode's been out for a week.
Okay.
Yeah, I documented that and updated the spreadsheet already.
Yeah, there's been a couple of them that have come out. I saw them on my playlist, but I haven't watched them yet. So
yeah,
been on most of them here the last few weeks. So
It just came out. I think this last week was when that one happened. So
yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I usually save the show binging until we're driving across the country, and then I'll watch all of them.
It's a good road trip show. The one that came out this week, I hope people watch because the last half of it is just hilarious. I kid you not. I now have like a list because I make a list as I edit of all the potential like shorts that we should make out of it. I have 8 from the episode that came out tonight.
The IPA episodes made some damn good content. I will not lie. Even though they tasted like dog shit, they made some good content.
Yeah. All right.
Overall, though, you rated them fairly well, JS.
Some of them. He picked out some good ones.
Most of your ratings were above a 2.5.
Yeah, like I
Above
said,
average.
All right.
Howie picked up some good ones.
He did a good job.
Except the
I like how they're
shits.
bracing me on the section that's not going to be in the show, right? It's like
Quite a lot of
can't
great
go on
things to
record
say.
saying we kind of like some of
That
these.
thing
No,
is not going to be on the actual episode. It can't say a good thing about Howard. He's got some beer taste.
now
where was
Bismarck
this?
Brewery-
I've gone through like 3-4 weeks of being berated for IPA Appreciation Week, and now
You deserved every damn bit of it, you son of a bitch.
All right, let's get this second show going. I'm excited for this pickle beer.